So we'll talk a little bit more about Josh and its physical connections. This is a black Josh Micro. This is PoE powered. It has a Cat 6 that we ran over to our equipment rack here, and don't judge the cleanliness of this rack. I didn't build it. It goes down through the basement. That's this white wire here. 90% of what Josh controls is IP. So most of your components have to be connected to your network. The Sony TV is connected hardline over to our switch here. My Yamaha receiver is also connected via hardline to my switch, the same switch. My Apple TV is also connected via hardline up to the same switch. Everything's on the same network, same VLAN, so on and so forth. I have a handful of components that do not work with Josh. They don't have a structure for IP commands. One of them being this older Aris cable box. This takes IR commands only. We're not doing anything with the VCR. It exists, but I'm not controlling it. And then there is a Sony Blu-ray player as well. So the Blu-ray player and the Aris are IR controlled. And there's a device called Global Cache, which is this piece here. And what this does is it takes IP commands and then converts them to IR signals. So Josh has several pre-built command structures, IR command structures that it sends via IP to this, and this converts those to IR, and everything works. It's actually pretty slick. But you know, IR is IR. It's not always reliable or fun. So you'll see here, if I do try to turn this on, it can say, "Hey Josh, turn on the cable box." There we go. So my IR commands are flashing, and then turns this thing on. If we change channels, it'll blink. The channel command changes here. This switched via IP commands, which is way cleaner than IR. Same thing with the Sonos. So all three of these Sonos pieces are connected to Josh, and that's actually automatic. Those guys they're on the network. They show up with the name that they were given. Actually works pretty well. So within Josh, this one's labeled living room, one of those is kitchen, and one of those is the lounge. So I can just say, you know, "Hey Josh, play music in the living room." He heard me, so he's switching to audio. He's going to start playing music on this connect here through the RCA connections. You'll notice that the cable box is still on, which, you know, that's fine. TV's actually still on as well. I've got the music way down. But that's pretty much the simple system. It's you know, as long as all your components are IP controlled, which these days most things are, it works really well. So there's a couple providers that have IP controllable cable boxes. Xfinity's, their newer boxes are IP controlled, and then Dish Network has IP controlled as well. And that's it for a little bit deeper dive. And again, I can just say, "Hey Josh, turn off the system." Or I could say, "Hey Josh, turn off everything." TV goes off. You can hear the receiver click. The neat thing with Josh is that in the programming, the micros are room specific. So I don't have to say turn on the TV in the living room. This micro is in the living room, so it'll function there and just start working immediately. If I want to control devices in another room from here, I could say, "Hey Josh, play music in the kitchen."
Got it. Now playing music you might like.
And then it'll start playing some music way over there in the kitchen. So you can control all your devices from anywhere, which is great. They're also If I had one in the kitchen, I could walk over there and say, "Hey, Josh, start playing music," and it'll just start playing in that room. And I mucked it up. It's gonna start playing in here. But it's a pretty neat system. It's working really well, especially with the IP controls that we're working with. I can just turn everything off. I can turn everything off everywhere as well. I can say, "Hey, Josh, turn off all the music."
Music stopped.
Turned off the music in the kitchen. If I had it playing in the lounge, it would have stopped there. And then it stopped the music in the family room or the living room.